Okay. We have spent, just to kind of conclude our discussions from this morning, thank you both. We've not spent a tremendous amount of time talking about low-income countries. These two are actually middle-income countries, but they're toward the, particularly Cameroon is a low-middle-income country. Understanding the healthcare of those systems is important as well, as challenging as it is with the limited amount of money that there is. So I want to just talk for, as I say, 5 minutes, 10 minutes on Porter's paper. We can spend a long time on it. I would like to ask, and I would imagine you're all supposed to read it. Some people maybe did, some people maybe didn't. Is there anyone who wants to say what they saw in this paper? Anything? Anybody want to make any comments? Danielle, you want to say anything?
I guess the summary is that we should start measuring health outcomes and start focusing more on value-based systems instead of profit. And kind of, he goes into, I've studied him a little bit for some of my presentations, and he goes into going into multidisciplinary practices called integrated practice units, where you focus on disease capitation. So you bring in a lot of patients with similar health disparities or chronic illnesses, and you reward a practice based on how efficiently they treat patients, the quality of healthcare, the evidence-based practice, and the results, the outcomes. So it increases innovation, technology, things like that. So.
Okay, so let me make just a couple points. Michael Porter is at, I'm sorry, Linda.
I didn't read the whole article, I just kind of like looked into it. And I just find it very interesting also with the one article that the world is flat. Like they're all written like, this one is 2009, I think, the other one is like 2005. And so much happened since then, like in the States. Like, so it's like all this, people had like these visions and this moment, like this, and I'm just sometimes thinking like if you would talk to these authors now, after everything that happened, what they would say or think, because so much happened in the States.
So, yes, many of the things that you've read were a consequence of the healthcare reform debate. And there was a tremendous amount of energy 8 years ago, 9 years ago, that resulted in the Affordable Care Act in the United States, or Obamacare. And to me, sadly, the whole process is primarily political. And to get back to one of Kingdom's points, it's political. And so the good or bad of healthcare reform in the United States was completely lost in the political battles.
Yeah.
And today it continues to be lost in the political battles. People are getting pretty much what they wanted. The Affordable Care Act is not a liberal, not a left-wing idea. Much of it is quite conservative. It's insurance reform. But it got time to politics. And so it's interesting to go back and look at all those arguments and look at the fact that today there is nothing like this now, okay? Here you have the whole thing about to be wiped away, or maybe wiped away. There's no thought to it, because it's a little, I don't know if I'm really answering you correctly.
No, I kind of felt the same, like, especially, I was more like, the world is flat. Like, I found it somewhat, actually made me find it somewhat interesting.
Yeah.
Because I had all this vision, how the world is going to change, and how it would equalize, like, everyone would have the same chances. And I think 2017, I think we all agree it's not at all. I mean, we have like refugees, we have wars. If the world didn't get better.
The world didn't get
And it's
better.
actually very sad. Like, it's just, yeah.
So, Elia, welcome. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to talk for about 5 minutes more. We're going to have lunch, and then as soon as we come back, you'll do your presentation, and we'll take the test. Is that good for you?
It's okay for me.
You can settle down for a few minutes. Okay, how's
Until
it?
the exam, until exam.
Yes, you just have exams, so you
Exam.
can, right, okay?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Well, I read, but I don't remember pretty much about if it is in this one or the others that you sent, but at the end of the conclusion, they were talking about the customers of health. They should be more involved into taking care of them by themselves, because they were explaining that there could be the best doctor of the world, but if they were not aware of their own health, they wouldn't work. So for me, actually, that I have read a lot, but this caught me much attention, because actually the patients and the customers should be more interested in keeping themselves healthy and not just pursuing or looking for getting their attention in terms of health.
Right, so, the consumer should play an important role.
Yes.
I think that's one of the big arguments here. Okay, let's just, again, we're not gonna spend a lot of time, so I just wanna make a couple points. Is Porter liberal or conservative? Left or right?
Like the media.
You're saying the middle,
It sounds right.
he's a businessman.
Yeah.
His famous book was On Competition. Competition is a right-wing conservative philosophy. Let's compete.
But he was thinking in the commonwealth, the people that everybody needs a better system. So
Okay.
that takes me
So-
to the other side.
Okay, so the point is, he's not really this far. He's to the right of center, but he's pretty sensible. Okay, so he's taking individual responsibility, competition, the role of government, and he's saying these things are all important. He's not all the way over here saying there is no role for government. But he's also saying we need to limit the role of government. Okay, he's really very, very much in the middle or just a bit to the right. It's actually quite interesting. Now, if you look at his proposals, and I would urge you to read this, I mean, it's up to you, okay? It's not on the exam, right? I told you that, right? If you read this, many of the things that he recommends in 2009 end up becoming part of the Affordable Care Act. It's quite interesting. The patient responsibilities, more focus on value, and we'll talk about value in a moment, okay? Better information systems. I mean, the things that he wanted, keep employers in the insurance system. Address the unfair burden of people who don't have employer-based insurance. Restructure the delivery system. Income-based subsidies. That's a pretty liberal idea. Almost all of these things get written into the Affordable Care Act. So, to me, one of the great ironies is this is a famous economist who steps into health economics from the right, who believes in competition and right of center beliefs. He probably helped this bill get passed, the Affordable Care Act. And yet today, in the United States, they want to wipe the whole thing away, okay? Because of politics, more so than really what is a good health system. All right? I want to make one more point, and then we will stop for lunch. So the article talks about value. As I promised you, this is not on the exam, but I think you just need to pay attention to this. This is sort of the last concept here, okay? So, this is the equation, quality, cost, and value. All right? What you want is high quality, low cost, and then you get value. All right? And I don't care if you're in Cameroon or in South Africa or in Israel or in the United States. This is what we have to try to accomplish with the health system. The best value we can provide. And the cost can't go up for the quality to go up. That's what we learned with Toyota. Okay? The cost has to stay low, the quality has to go up. The systems innovations that you should be promoting as you go back into the world that you go back to, okay, should focus on producing value in healthcare by improving quality and decreasing cost. Okay? And it's the systems innovations that can do that without increasing cost. That's the concept. Okay, it is 12 minutes after noon. At 1:10, at 1:05, let's make it 55 minutes, okay? Or should we make it 1 o'clock?
No, that's fine.
It doesn't. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
1 o'clock?
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Let's do 1
It's a
o'clock.
5-minute difference.
Let's do 1 o'clock, okay? We'll be a little short for lunch. Ilya can present, I'll start the exam, and then Barbara will do it. Okay, how's that? All right, 1 o'clock.
All right. You want me to stop this?
Yeah, please.